Good afternoon, everybody. Rich Brubaker, founder of Collective Responsibility, and this is Ask the Collective 13, a fantastic episode where we talk to students about the future of design and how to get involved on campus to reduce waste.
Cao Ke-sing asks, I'm going to apply for a master's in the sustainable design field, like a sustainability society, etc. But many said it is an impractical major which focuses on theoretical research and it will be difficult to find employment. May I have some practical recommendations on how to realize my sustainability dreams?
All right, thank you very much for your question. I'm really excited. You were the first student to send me a question, and I'm really happy to answer the questions that you have. So we have been talking a lot about waste lately. And if you look at our blog, if you look at maybe some of our other videos, we talk about the challenges of waste and materials that are posed in urban societies, and particularly in China, the scalability of it. And honestly speaking, every single piece of waste that we have looked at and the systems that create that waste, the most important people we come back to are the designers of the products. They're the people who come up with the ideas, they're the people who select the materials. They have a lot of influence when it comes to the challenges that we faced of urbanization, sustainability, and consumption. So, as a very first starting point, there is a huge opportunity for you going forward to apply your technical, your creative, whatever skills, tool sets, and mindsets that you have in the world of design and creative, and apply it to these challenges. There is going to be a lot of products and services that will be redesigned from the very start. And my personal opinion of that is you can be a part of that if you are really dedicated and committed to it. So here's a couple questions for you. First off, what is a product that you look at and go, that's wasteful? I could do something better with that. And then here's what you do. You go do something about it as a student. You go find a glass, you go find a phone, you go find some sunglasses, and you say that you can make it in a better, more sustainable way that consumers would still want to buy it. And then what do? You put it on WeChat and you tell your friends, or go crowdsource, go crowdfund it, go crowdfund the idea and see what will happen. So in short, I mean, in reality, in a way that I'm suggesting is, go prove it. Like if you really have this vision and you have the skills, don't listen to your teachers about whether you should or shouldn't pursue something theoretical. Go do it. I mean, it doesn't cost much to go buy a couple glasses, to come up with your own design, and to maybe call up a factory and be like, can you produce this for me? Maybe sunglasses are a little bit more expensive, and certainly a phone is ridiculously expensive. So you might have to be careful, but there are tons of products already on the market where designers are already doing this with bamboo, with paper, with a number of upcycled materials. And so I think that for you right now, go find something that you think is wasteful, go find something that you think that you can design better, and go do it. And I promise you, if you're able to do those three things at a high quality, your teachers will stop telling you what to do and you'll start telling them what to do. So I hope that that answers your question. Thank you very much.
Joan asks, many countries are spending great efforts on classifying waste, and people are encouraged to sort different types of waste for recycling daily. However, waste management seems to be poorly promoted in China. So are there any research on the classification, recycling, and resource regeneration of household waste in universities?
So first off, thank you very much for your question, and don't apologize for being an economics person who's interested in the environment. They are absolutely linked, and one of the things that we come back to almost a daily basis is one of the reasons why we're so challenged right now in terms of sustainability, urban sustainability, however you want to frame it, is that we're not pricing our resources properly. Economics. And by doing that, we're creating a lot of waste in air emission and water emission and resources and labor, whatever it may be. So guess what? Environmental, social, economic sustainability. So don't apologize. Just keep finding ways, keep asking questions like you have here on how to bridge these two. Now, to answer your question specifically about waste in China, thank you very much. It's something we've been looking at for like the last 6 to 9 months. And we have been looking at the informal waste sector as well as the formal waste sector. But I want to talk more about the informal waste sector because economically, it's the purest market that we have found in sustainability in a very long time. It's very interesting, and I want to share a few insights with you. First off, yes, in the West, you have a lot of campaigns, you have different colored buckets, you have government subsidies to make sure that we are sorting our waste, paper, plastic, aluminum, and then household, and that there's an infrastructure there to then take that to a recycling place that will then, most likely put it back into the general economy through, reuse of that product. In China, you're right, it doesn't exist formally. But if you see those guys and girls going down the street with their little bicycle going ding, 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 they're picking up everything. And the only thing they're leaving behind is what we call the wet waste. It's food, it's diapers, it's the nasty stuff, and that goes to landfill and incineration. But just go outside your campus, look out the back door of the canteen, go to the dormitories and see that the IEs are separating. It does exist. And interestingly enough, at least in Shanghai and in many other cities in China, what we've been finding is that the efficiency rate of that recycling process is higher than in the West because there's an economic value for those materials. So, for paper and packaging, now this isn't a good example because there's a thermal film here that would make it difficult to recycle. But if you think about a cardboard box, which we have kind of laying in the office, which you might have gotten from your Alibaba Singles Day sale. That box, when you throw it out the back door, the IE will then sell it off to a recycler who's on a Sanlunche going around the city. That individual will take their 700 kilos, if it's one big load. They will drive that to a consolidation center somewhere in the city, most likely not in the core districts, but maybe floating around in there. They will then consolidate, put it on a truck, and it will go a half an hour outside the city to a pulp and paper facility. Within 3 days, it's a new box. Stunning. And it's been so fascinating to watch, just opening up your eyes, seeing these individuals, seeing this process, and starting to just do the basic research of how it works. The interesting thing is, it doesn't require individuals to participate. And one of the things that I'm a little bit fearful of, actually, is right now, China wants to formalize this process. They want to go to the Western model. There's going to be a lot of inefficiency when that happens because they're going to take out this economy. They're going to go towards the emotional, what we should do. And in the middle, there's going to be this transition where a lot of what could be recovered, what could be sold, what could be reused, will go to landfill and incineration. So don't feel too down about the process. Just understand the process. Now, how can you do something on campus? So recycling is at a very high level, and that's great. But let's talk about reduction. Stop using paper cups. Stop using disposable chopsticks. Stop ordering Wai Mai at the level that you do. You do not need to, every single day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, have a meal that comes in a plastic bag and a plastic container. Start to eat at canteens with your friends. Start to take lock boxes to the restaurants that you eat. And even if you're not eating at the restaurant, tell the Laoban, I want you to put it in this box. And what we found through another piece of research is actually they'll do that. They're happy to because they save money. So create a campaign around that. Get your friends to do something. Make it competitive because competitions work in China, right? And if you're really passionate about it, study materials, study consumer behavior, study consumer economics, because behavioral economics is a very powerful tool for changing behavior. Study these things, attack the challenge that you face, and make a change through an entrepreneurial effort or through working in a company. So thank you very much for your question. Very inspirational. It's a great question. It's one that I hope you will find a way to be inspired and empowered to make a change through economics to have a benefit to environment, society, or the economy.